welcome to Shyen's tutorial. Today we are going to learn how to do the flip card animation by auto-animating Adobe XD. It is really not hard to create something you thought can be only made by After Effects. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright everyone, right now we can see we are in the Adobe XD interface. Okay, so as you can see, there are a few elements which I prepared before the course. There's an iPhone 11 mockup and 2 business cards front and back. Okay, alright, so what we are going to do right now is hiding the first layer of the iPhone 11 mockup. And then this is very important in the Adobe XD, especially you want to use the auto-animate this function. Alright, so naming convention. So the way we are going to name it is card front. Alright, and pressing enter to assign the name to the layer. And the card back. Okay, and press enter. Alright, and the next step is making sure you can see all the elements at once. Alright, so if you cannot find your element, this is very important. There's an icon at the left bottom corner in here. Alright, so just double click it, you can see all the layer and the elements in here at once. Alright, okay, so the next step, we are gonna put our card front, this image, right in the middle of our first artboard in here. Okay, so right now you can see the cross line in the middle of the artboard. It pretty much means your image is right at the middle. But there's also very important, which is I really highly recommend everyone to do, is using the alignment tool to double check again. All right, and our next step is double click on the first artboard and then duplicate it 3 times by pressing Ctrl D. 1, 2, 3. And then we will press Ctrl plus minus to zoom out the whole interface and pressing space to drag it right into the middle. Okay, alright, and then the next step is deleting the first image from the second artboard. Alright, again, and then delete, and then delete. Alright, what's our next step? It's actually very simple and straightforward. Placing our card back, this image, into the third artboard and make sure it's right at the middle. So I will double check, very important, using the alignment tool. So before we jumping into the prototyping mode, we need to make sure our naming structure is correct on the artboards, which will really help to speed up into the auto-animate mode. Alright, back to Adobe XD. So 1 in here's gonna be the first image in here. And here I'm gonna name it as 1 dash flip. Enter. Okay, and 2 is gonna be the second image in here, which is gonna be the back of the business card. And then 2 dash flip. Enter. Okay, great. Alright, so I'm going to use this business card as a demonstration why the naming structure is 1 dash flip. The 1 dash flip is going to be like a card on the sideway, which you won't really see. The card is going to be at the mid flip point on the artboard when you create that rotating effect. And then we also need to make sure our card's naming convention is right. See, card, card, card. Alright, so this is especially important that when you use the auto-animate, this function in Adobe XD, if you change the names, it will break the animation and it won't work. So by duplicating those artboard at very beginning, it actually ensures that you remain the same name on the layers. So let's get into the prototyping mode here. Okay, so first one, we're gonna link it to the second artboard by using tab auto-animate destination 1-flip is in and out in 0.4 second duration, which I found it works out pretty well. So I'm gonna keep the same setting. And in the second artboard, because we are going to create the fading and fade out effect, so we will use time auto-animate delay 0 second because we don't want to prolong the process. Destination 2 is and out and duration 0.4. And then again, linking to the third artboard. Again, tap, auto-animate, okay, the same. And then the last one, linking back to the first one, which will create the infinity effect inside Adobe auto-animation function. All right, so time, delay, auto-animate, 1, is and out, and 0.4. Okay, so let's try it out right now by pressing this play button. All right, so it works out very well. All right, so we can jump back to the design mode and start to really work on our flipping effect in here. In order to really make the effect, we need to adjust the width of the card in the second artboard. You can adjust it manually, but I will adjust it in here by just pressing 1 and enter. Okay, and we need to make sure this card is sitting right at the middle of the artboard. So I will use the alignment tool to press center and to make sure it's right at the center. And second step, copy and paste the first image into the second artboard. In here, we need to unlock this lock and press 1 again. And make sure this is sitting right at the middle. And the opacity reduced to 0. And here, repeat the same process. Copy and paste, Ctrl C, Ctrl V for make, Command C, Ctrl V. And then unlock 1. And make sure it's sitting right at the middle. Okay, and reduce the opacity in here too. All right. Okay, so it is very important that the card is sitting right at the middle. So in order to create that rotation, you don't want your card be offline the artboard. Okay, so let's test out by the prototyping mode by pressing the play button in here. All right, here you go. We got our effect. So far, till right now at this point, we are in the home stretch of this entire project. So the last step you are going to do is delete the last image in the last artboard, and then select everything from the second artboard and copy, Ctrl C, and paste into the last artboard, Ctrl V. And then turn on all the iPhone layer right now. And hit the play button. Here you go. Our business card flipping FM mockup is done. So as we can see, creating a flip card animation by auto-animating Adobe XD is very easy. And you can actually apply this technique in different platforms. For example, your website. Alright, thank you everyone for watching my tutorial, and hopefully this is helpful, and wish to see you again. Bye bye.